Ladies and gentlemen, success is not just about talent, hard work, or luck. It's about faith. The secret lies in how we align our beliefs with our actions. Today, I'll share 6 key points that will transform your journey. Surrendering to purpose is the key to unlocking true success and fulfillment. Many people spend their lives chasing after things that seem important: money, status, recognition, only to find themselves feeling empty. This is because success without purpose is meaningless. To truly succeed, we must align our lives with the purpose that God has designed for us. But surrendering to purpose is not always easy. It requires trust, patience, and a willingness to let go of our own limited plans in exchange for something greater. One of the biggest obstacles to surrendering to purpose is fear. We fear the unknown, we fear failure, and we fear that if we let go of our own plans, we might end up lost. But the truth is, when we try to control everything, we actually limit ourselves. We put ourselves in a box, confined by our own understanding, when God's plan is far greater than anything we could ever imagine. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means letting go of control and trusting that there is a higher purpose for our lives. Often we resist surrender because we have been conditioned to believe that we must fight for everything. Society teaches us that success is about hustle, about making things happen on our own. While hard work and ambition are important, they are not enough without purpose. Many people work tirelessly only to realize they are climbing the wrong ladder. They achieve success in the eyes of the world, but feel unfulfilled because they are not walking in their true calling. True success comes when we align our efforts with God's plan. Surrendering to purpose requires a shift in mindset. It means moving from a place of striving to a place of trust. This does not mean being passive or doing nothing. It means taking inspired action based on faith rather than fear. It means being open to opportunities, listening to the guidance that comes from within, and being willing to step into the unknown. It requires courage to let go of the familiar and step into something greater, even when we don't have all the answers. One of the greatest examples of surrender is found in the story of Jesus before his crucifixion. Knowing the suffering he was about to endure, he prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done." This is the ultimate act of surrender, putting God's plan above personal desires. When we adopt this mindset, we find that even in the face of challenges, we have peace. Surrender does not mean the journey will be easy, but it does mean we will never walk alone. Another aspect of surrender is learning to trust the process. Many times we expect success to come instantly. We want to know every step in advance, but faith does not work that way. Faith requires trusting that even when we cannot see the full picture, God is working things out for our good. Delays, setbacks, and failures are not signs that we are off track. They are part of the process of shaping us for what is to come. When we surrender to purpose, we recognize that every challenge is a lesson, every failure is a stepping stone, and every delay is divine timing. Surrendering to purpose also means being willing to let go of what no longer serves us. Sometimes we hold on to relationships, jobs, or habits that keep us from stepping into our true calling. We stay in comfort zones because they feel safe, but comfort zones rarely lead to growth. When we surrender, we allow ourselves to be led in new directions, even when it means walking away from what is familiar. Ultimately, surrendering to purpose is about trusting that we are here for a reason. Each of us has a unique calling, a divine assignment that only we can fulfill. When we stop trying to force our own plans and start trusting in God's plan, we step into a life of meaning, impact, and true success. It is in surrender that we find freedom, and it is in purpose that we find joy. Embracing challenges is one of the most crucial steps toward success in faith. Too often, people see obstacles as signs to quit, as proof that they are on the wrong path. But the truth is, challenges are not meant to stop us. They are meant to shape us. Every great leader, entrepreneur, and visionary has faced adversity. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to embrace it, learn from it, and grow through it. One of the biggest misconceptions about success is that it comes easily to those who are talented or lucky. In reality, success is often born from hardship. Think about some of the most influential people in history. Many of them faced rejection, failure, and setbacks before they ever saw a breakthrough. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These stories remind us that challenges are not the end of the road. They are a part of the journey. Faith plays a huge role in how we handle challenges. When difficulties arise, we have two choices. We can let them break us, or we can trust that they are building us. The Bible tells us in James 1:2-4 to consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. This means that challenges are not punishments, they are preparations. Every struggle you face is strengthening you, equipping you, and making you wiser for the next level of your journey. One of the reasons people struggle with challenges is because they see them as personal failures. But failure is not final, it is feedback. Every mistake you make teaches you something. If you never face resistance, you will never grow stronger. Think about a muscle. The only way it gets stronger is through resistance. The same applies to life. If everything came easily, you would never develop resilience, wisdom, or strength. Embracing challenges means shifting your perspective from why is this happening to me to what is this teaching me? Another key to embracing challenges is to stop comparing your journey to others. In the age of social media, it's easy to look at someone else's success and think they have it easier than you. But what you don't see is the struggle behind the scenes. Every person who has reached success has had to fight battles that no one else knows about. Instead of comparing your struggle to someone else's highlight reel, focus on your own growth. Your path is unique, and the challenges you face are designed to prepare you for your purpose. Challenges also force us to step out of our comfort zones. Comfort feels safe, but it does not lead to growth. Many people stay stuck in jobs, relationships, and situations that no longer serve them because they are afraid of the unknown. But sometimes challenges arise to push us towards something greater. If everything in your life is easy, you may not be living up to your full potential. The greatest breakthroughs often come from the hardest battles. When you embrace challenges, you begin to develop a mindset of perseverance. Instead of giving up at the first sign of difficulty, you learn to push through. You start to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you start saying, how can I overcome this? This shift in mindset changes everything. It gives you confidence, resilience, and an unshakable faith in your ability to rise above any situation. Ultimately, embracing challenges is about trusting the process. It is about knowing that every difficulty you face is refining you for something greater. God does not waste pain. He uses it to prepare you for your purpose. When you embrace challenges, you stop fearing failure and start seeing it as part of the journey. You understand that the struggle is not there to destroy you, but to develop you. So the next time you face an obstacle, don't run from it. Lean into it, learn from it, grow through it, because on the other side of your challenge is the success and purpose you were meant to achieve. Cultivating discipline is the foundation of success and a strong faith. While talent, passion, and motivation are important, they will only take you so far. Without discipline, even the most gifted individuals will struggle to achieve their goals. Discipline is the ability to remain committed, consistent, and focused, even when you don't feel like it. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Many people fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack discipline. They start strong but lose momentum when challenges arise. They get excited about a goal but quit when the process becomes difficult. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence or opportunity. It is the ability to stay disciplined, to keep going when motivation fades, and to push forward even when results are not immediate. One of the most important aspects of discipline is consistency. Small repeated actions lead to great results over time. Think about an athlete training for the Olympics. They don't wake up one day and suddenly become the best. They train every single day, whether they feel like it or not. They follow a routine, stay committed to their practice, and trust the process. The same principle applies to every area of life, whether it's your career, relationships, spiritual growth, or personal development. Success is not built in a day. It is built through daily habits, through showing up and doing the work, even when no one is watching. Discipline also requires self-control. Many people struggle with distractions, procrastination, and a lack of focus. In today's world, it is easy to get caught up in entertainment, social media, or temporary pleasures that take us away from our goals. But discipline means learning to say no to things that do not serve your purpose. It means prioritizing long-term success over short-term comfort. It means waking up early to work on your dreams instead of hitting the snooze button. It means choosing a workout over an extra hour of sleep, choosing to invest in yourself instead of wasting time on meaningless activities. Another key part of discipline is accountability. When you set goals for yourself, it is easy to make excuses or justify why you're not making progress. This is why having accountability is important. Surround yourself with people who will push you to stay committed. Share your goals with a mentor, friend, or community that will hold you to your commitments. Sometimes we need others to remind us why we started in the first place. Faith and discipline go hand in hand. Many people pray for success but are not willing to put in the work. Faith without action is empty. If you believe in your dreams, you must take consistent action toward them. Even in the Bible, Proverbs 13:04 says, "The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied." God blesses those who are diligent, who are willing to work for what they believe in. Another challenge many people face is impatience. In a world of instant gratification, people expect quick results. They start working toward a goal and expect to see immediate success. But true discipline means sticking to the process. Even when progress is slow, growth takes time. The most successful people in the world did not achieve greatness overnight. They stayed committed for years, constantly improving and refining their skills. One of the most powerful ways to develop discipline is to create daily habits. Your habits shape your future. If you wake up every day and spend time in prayer, meditation, or self-reflection, your faith will grow stronger. If you commit to learning something new every day, your knowledge and skills will expand. If you exercise regularly, your health will improve. Discipline is about building habits that align with your purpose and sticking to them no matter what. Lastly, discipline is about believing in yourself and your vision even when no one else does. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when the road feels too difficult, when giving up seems like the easier option. But discipline means pushing past those feelings and staying true to your mission. It means reminding yourself why you started and trusting that your hard work will pay off. At the end of the day, discipline is a choice. It is the daily decision to work toward your dreams, to stay committed to your faith, and to push forward no matter the obstacles. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Those who master discipline master their destiny. So commit today. Be consistent, be focused, and trust that with time, effort, and faith, you will achieve everything you were created for. Relying on God instead of people is one of the most important lessons in life. Too often, people place their trust in others, expecting them to provide guidance, validation, or support, only to be met with disappointment. While relationships with others are valuable, they are not meant to replace our dependence on God. People are imperfect, flawed, and limited in what they can do. But God is constant, faithful, and all-powerful. When we put our trust in Him, we build a foundation that cannot be shaken, no matter what challenges we face. One of the main reasons people struggle in life is because they seek approval and validation from others. They measure their worth by how others perceive them. If they are praised, they feel good about themselves. But if they are criticized or rejected, they feel unworthy. This creates an unstable and unhealthy way of living because people's opinions are always changing. God, on the other hand, sees our worth regardless of what anyone else thinks. He created us with purpose, and His love for us is not based on performance, appearance, or status. When we rely on Him for our identity, we no longer need to chase after the approval of others. Another reason people often rely on others instead of God is because they fear the unknown. It is natural to want guidance and support from those around us, but human advice is limited. People can only give guidance based on their own experiences, opinions, and understanding, which are often flawed. God, however, sees the bigger picture. He knows what is best for us, even when we do not understand it. Proverbs 3:05-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." This means that when we stop depending on our own logic or the advice of others and instead seek God's direction, He will lead us in the right way. Life is filled with disappointments, and one of the hardest things to accept is that people will let us down. Friends may betray us, family members may fail us, and even those we admire may not always be there when we need them. This does not mean people are bad. It simply means they are human. No one is perfect, and expecting people to always be reliable sets us up for heartache. God, however, is always faithful. He never abandons us, never forgets about us, and never fails to provide what we need. When we rely on Him instead of people, we develop a deep sense of peace, knowing that no matter what happens, we are secure in His hands. There is also a danger in relying too much on people for help. While seeking support and advice is not wrong, it becomes a problem when we depend on others more than we depend on God. Sometimes God allows certain people to step away from our lives so that we learn to trust Him fully. If we always have someone to lean on, we may never develop true faith. But when we find ourselves alone, without anyone to turn to, we are given the opportunity to strengthen our relationship with God. He becomes our provider, our source of wisdom, and our comfort in times of trouble. When we rely on God, we stop fearing the future. People may promise to always be there for us, but circumstances change. Friendships drift apart, people move away, and even the strongest relationships can experience challenges. But God is unchanging. His promises are eternal, and His love is unwavering. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When we hold on to this truth, we stop worrying about who is with us and instead focus on the fact that God is always with us. Relying on God also helps us develop patience and trust in His timing. When we depend on people, we often expect immediate answers, instant solutions, and quick results. But God works according to His perfect plan, not our rushed expectations. He knows when the time is right, and He sees things that we cannot. Instead of getting frustrated when things do not happen as quickly as we want, we must learn to trust that His timing is always best. Ultimately, relying on God rather than people brings freedom. We no longer have to live in fear of rejection, disappointment, or uncertainty. We are no longer controlled by the changing opinions of others. Instead, we live with confidence, knowing that our worth, our direction, and our future are secure in God's hands. People may come and go, but God remains. When we trust Him fully, we experience peace, security, and a deep sense of purpose that nothing in this world can take away. Elevating your mindset is one of the most powerful things you can do to transform your life. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your future. The way you think determines the way you live, and if you want to experience true success and fulfillment, you must first master your mind. Many people remain stuck in cycles of frustration, failure, and mediocrity, not because they lack ability, but because they have not learned to think differently. Elevating your mindset means breaking free from limiting beliefs, embracing growth, and developing a perspective that aligns with success and faith. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is negative thinking. The mind is a battlefield, and if you allow doubt, fear, and negativity to take control, you will struggle to move forward. Many people sabotage their own success because they constantly tell themselves, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or things will never change. These thoughts create a mindset of defeat. But the truth is, success starts in the mind. You must believe that you are capable, that you are deserving, and that you can achieve whatever you set out to do. Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This means that whatever you consistently think about yourself and your future will become your reality. If you want to elevate your life, you must first elevate your thoughts. Another key to elevating your mindset is adopting a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone. They think, I was born this way, or I just don't have what it takes. But those with a growth mindset believe that they can develop and improve through effort, learning, and persistence. They see challenges as opportunities, not obstacles. When they fail, they do not give up. They learn. They understand that growth comes from struggle, and they embrace the process. If you want to elevate your mindset, you must stop seeing failure as the end and start seeing it as part of the journey. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but their mindset kept them moving forward. Fear is another enemy of an elevated mindset. Many people do not step into their full potential because they are afraid of failing, afraid of what others will think, or afraid of stepping outside their comfort zone. But fear is an illusion. It is only as powerful as you allow it to be. The more you focus on fear, the more it controls you. But when you shift your mindset and decide to act despite your fears, you begin to realize that fear has no real power. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Elevating your mindset means choosing faith over fear, confidence over doubt, and action over hesitation. Your environment also plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. If you surround yourself with negativity, toxicity, and people who constantly complain or discourage you, your mindset will suffer. But if you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you toward greatness, your mindset will begin to shift. Be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to messages that encourage growth, and spend time with people who uplift you. Another powerful way to elevate your mindset is through gratitude. Many people focus so much on what they lack that they fail to appreciate what they already have. When you develop a mindset of gratitude, you begin to see opportunities instead of limitations. You recognize the blessings in your life, which in turn creates a sense of abundance and possibility. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, and this shift in perspective leads to more peace, joy, and success. Lastly, elevating your mindset requires discipline and intentionality. It is not enough to simply want a better mindset. You must actively work on it every day. Speak positive affirmations over yourself. Pray and meditate on God's promises. Challenge negative thoughts and replace them with truth. Develop habits that align with success and spiritual growth. Over time, these small daily actions will create a powerful transformation. When you elevate your mindset, you elevate your life. You stop being controlled by fear, doubt, and negativity. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You develop resilience, confidence, and an unshakable faith in God's plan for your life. Success is not just about what you do, it is about how you think. Change your mind and you will change your future. Taking action with boldness is the key to turning dreams into reality. Many people have great ideas, goals, and aspirations, but they never see them come to life because they hesitate, overthink, or wait for the perfect moment. Bold action separates those who succeed from those who merely wish for success. It is not enough to dream, plan, or hope. You must step out in faith and move forward with confidence, even when the path is uncertain. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles that prevent people from taking bold action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown keep many people stuck in their comfort zones. But the truth is, nothing great is ever achieved without taking risks. Every successful person has faced fear, but they did not allow it to paralyze them. They acted despite their fear, knowing that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in spite of it.